Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. It's National Cheese Doodle Day. Tony, what snack would you recommend?
I'm Tony Kornheiser. You want a great snack? You're looking at one. Huh?
Oh, okay.
Huh?
We're flexing to open the show, huh? Flexing. All right.
So,
I hear you.
do you like cheese doodles? Do you like
never
cheese
had
doodles?
them. No.
What do you mean?
Nah.
What do you mean you never had them?
Never
you
had
never
one.
had a cheese doodle?
Don't even know what it is.
Really?
No idea.
It's a cheese doodle. It gets your hands get all orangey, but they taste pretty good.
Yeah,
if you eat one and then you eat 5, then you eat 300. You can't stop once you get past
Doritos.
5.
Do that for me.
Pretty much. Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, the Chiefs trade Joe Thuney, Roki Sasaki debuts for the Dodgers, and Kendrick Perkins joins us for 5 good minutes. But we begin today with LeBron James becoming the first NBA player to exceed the 50,000 points barrier. Counting regular season and playoff games, LeBron is now at 50,033 after scoring 34 last night in the Lakers' win over New Orleans. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is second all-time in scoring, but it's a distant second, 44,149. The closest active player is Kevin Durant. He's about 15,000 points behind LeBron. Wilbon, what does this milestone mean to you?
Not a damn thing. Nothing.
Really?
It's numbers.
Okay.
I'm not part of the two generations that need numbers to appreciate or evaluate everything. I don't need to wake up and look at the box score and see that somebody had 25, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5 to declare it a good night.
Right.
LeBron James is great. He has been great. And from the looks of the way he's playing now, he will be great. This year, he's one of no less than the 5 best players in the NBA again. He's been the best or second best or third best for the last 20 years. I don't need 50. That doesn't mean anything. When it was 49,999 before he hit the 3 to open the game, what, he was less? I needed a 3-point shot in the 20th year of his career to appreciate LeBron James. People need to put down the clips and watch the damn games. I watch the games. LeBron James is great. He does everything great. He's having another great season. It's not Luka Doncic's team. It's LeBron James's team. That's how I choose to watch, evaluate, and appreciate LeBron James. I don't need some sort of, oh, this is a milestone, it's a record. I don't need that. I'm sure others obviously do.
Yeah, I don't need it, but I like it. I like round numbers. I think they're important. I don't think that this milestone makes LeBron James the greatest player of all time. I will say that, because of the expanded playoff structure, he's been able to play in a lot more, considerably more playoff games than, for example, Wilt Chamberlain or Kareem or Michael Jordan. But 50,000 is a really big number, especially when you consider that the next active guy, Kevin Durant, who is a great scorer and only 4 years younger than LeBron, is almost 15,000 points behind him. So as they say in Death of a Salesman, attention must be paid. Because I don't know how LeBron feels about this. I'm sure he's proud of it. I'm going to agree with you, I think, in principle. I think he's prouder of the fact that he had already long ago become the greatest scorer in terms of total points. Again, I want to point 2 things out.
Played is a better number. His games played.
Right. More playoff games than others, and 4 years of college that he did not have to attend.
That's right.
50,000 is that is a major number.
It is a major number, but this just in.
Yeah.
LeBron is great. I think people's attention, they get distracted.
Let me go further.
And they look at the wrong things as opposed to just look at LeBron James. My God.
Let me go further on great. Okay. He's the greatest over 40 player ever.
Yes.
Like it's him and Tom Brady. There's him and Tom Brady.
There's no argument.
That's it.
None. Appreciate that.
We've got NBA questions for our great friend from NBA Today, Mr. Kendrick Perkins. And Perk, I want you to start by pretending that you are Klay Thompson. You have joined the Mavericks. The team trades Luka. Anthony Davis comes in. Anthony Davis gets hurt. Kyrie tears his ACL, and your old team, the Warriors, is cruising along with Jimmy Butler. So as Klay Thompson, what are you thinking now?
Well, now if I'm Klay Thompson, I'm thinking about I need to be on my best far as on the floor. Because this is an audition right now for Klay Thompson, right? Because think about it. He hasn't been the Klay the Dallas Mavericks expected him to be. You are auditioning because the one thing the Dallas Mavericks are going to do this offseason is try to upgrade their roster around Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving so that they could try to win a championship in the next 2 to 3 years. So if you Klay Thompson, you don't have an opportunity or a chance to think about what Golden State is doing because you have to focus on Klay and making sure you keep in good faith with the Dallas Mavericks.
Tony, I see that's an answer I bet neither one of us thought about, which is why we like having Perk on the show. Let's move to Phoenix. Well, I sort of already moved there, but I'm upset. A lot of people upset with the Suns. Kevin Durant, as you know, pulled his arm away from Coach Bud last night, and everybody jumped to all kind of conclusions, even though KD praised Bud afterward, and Bud said this is what happens. I think this is a complete non-issue, Perk, but you have been on teams your whole life. You saw things like this on the sideline in real time. Big deal, little deal, or no deal?
It's a big deal, but it's a big deal in a great way. And look, I watched Doc Rivers meet Kevin Garnett at half court to tell him and curse him out about a play that he messed up, right? I watched Greg Popovich meet Tim Duncan at half court as well to tell him about himself. And guess what? Thank you, Coach Bud, for ruffling the feathers, because that's exactly what needed to happen, because we saw what happened after that. Kevin Durant got into his feelings, and then all of a sudden he went on the tear in that second half, in that fourth quarter, and they got a much-needed win. And here's the thing. All it takes is one win. One win to have some type of hope, belief in that locker room. The fans were engaged. The building was rocking. I even saw at one point Kevin Durant, he was dabbing up and high-fiving everyone. So this is a building block for the Phoenix Suns this season. Do I think they could make a major push in the postseason? No, but I do think that 10th spot is for them to go take, and the only way that they could go take it with this remaining schedule that they have, which is very, very hard, is by coming together. And I thought last night they came together when it mattered the most, and it's a great starting point.
Perk, you just gave me a little hope out of nowhere. I was not feeling that until we got that answer from you. All right, LeBron and Channing Frye, we're going to go back a few days. They talked about being the face of the league and how it's not worth it because all people do is criticize. I thought that was whiny, among other things, even though there might have been some good points. But your thoughts, looking back, you've had some time to think about what those guys said and the whole face of the league notion of whether there's too much criticism of today's game. Well,
let me ask you this. Let me ask you and Tony this, Wilbon. You were there covering Michael Jordan, right, throughout his career. Didn't he face criticism? When he was in a battle with the New York Knicks, wasn't there articles and people talking about his gambling habits and things to that nature? Wasn't Kobe Bryant criticized?
Ooh.
So,
yes.
I mean, it comes with the territory. When you enter your name in the draft, okay, it comes with fortune and it comes with fame. Some of it is not, a lot of the times it's going to be good fame, a lot of times it's going to be bad fame. So what? So what? It's what you signed up for. And by the way, a lot of this is self-inflicted when it comes down to LeBron James. Because LeBron James, when he was appearing on his show, The Shop, didn't he call himself the GOAT? He called himself the GOAT, right? Okay, so when you do that, guess what? Then now you're comparing yourself to other greats and you're sparking a conversation and an argument that's going to be had. Okay, on top of that, you remember two years ago, I believe it was, he went on his Twitter, which is now X, and he said, I'm basically sitting here and I'm watching the basketball game right now and I'm laughing because Bronny is better than half of these guys I'm watching right now. Isn't that criticizing the NBA? Okay, so you can't have your cake and your ice cream. You got to pick and choose a side, man. And it comes with the territory. At the end of the day, guys got to stop being so soft. It's a lot of people in a lot of worse positions than actually getting criticized about the game of basketball.
We'll get out of here now because I'm going to go have cake and ice cream, whether you let me do it or not. Thank you, Perk.
Thank you.
Happy trails to the Seahawks for Tyler Lockett and potentially DK Metcalf. Seattle released Lockett today in a move that will save them $17 million. Lockett has nearly 8,600 yards and 61 touchdowns receiving over 10 seasons with the Seahawks. Second in franchise history only to Steve Largent. Meanwhile, two-time Pro Bowler DK Metcalf has requested a trade, preferably to a contender. The 6'4", 235-pound speedster has never had fewer than 900 yards receiving in any of his 6 seasons in the league. The Seahawks apparently plan to retain their number 1 receiver from last season, Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Ooh, I'm excited about Lockett being out there and available. If he still is by the time we get off the air, he's too good to be available long.
One clarification, Joe Tooney, All-Pro last season at guard, but not a tackle where he played after Thanksgiving. Thank you very much. Quick to the big finish. Number 1 Auburn fell on the road to number 22 Texas A&M. Is that a big deal?
Not really, but a second straight loss would be a big deal in that conference. The Red Sox pushed back Rafael Devers' spring training debut after discomfort during BP. Your thoughts?
Could be injuries. He's had them. It could be he's angry about third base. FIFA is adding a halftime show to the 2026 World Cup final. Okay with you?
No, they're doing this because it's at MetLife and they're going to copy the NFL. No, it's not okay with me. Bengals defensive end Sam Hubbard is retiring from football at the age of just 29. You surprised?
More disappointing. He's a Cincinnati kid. He's had injuries. It's a rough game. Last one, 5th-ranked Florida at number 7 Alabama tonight. Is that significant?
Probably. But I know Jay Billis comes on and tells us how great the SEC is from top to bottom. I'm still skeptical just a little bit. Maybe not as big as others think.
He's knocking you, Jay. I love you. We're out of time. We'll try and do better the next time. I'm Tony Kornheiser.
I'm Mike Wilbon. Same time tomorrow, knuckleheads. Now, love you, Jay. Here's PTI.